Great. Well, now we've all made a little noise. Isn't that nice? And when you look around the room, just as Bob was talking, just as Kathleen was talking, I mean, every single one of you has different expertise, different experiences, different knowledge, and different things to share. Again, whatever role you're at in your business or in your life right now, you've got something that's going to benefit possibly the person sitting next to you or around you in this room. So take a good look. I hope you listened carefully when you were each talking about yourselves and you heard what each other had said, because I can even see in my limited knowledge of what you do some interesting collaborations and opportunities in this room. And I think that that's really where it starts. As Bob was saying, take it to the grassroots level, take it to the put this music together by, really understanding what you do as best as you can, communicating that well, but then also listening. One of the biggest things that I've learned in the years of making noise is I was really good, again, small child, big family, noisy girl. Okay, really good at that. Never would anybody say, boy, that poor Sue is so shy and quiet and retiring. We're really worried about her. Never happened. But to get to the point where you get in the habit of being noisy and you don't remember to listen. And I will tell you that every little challenge, every little obstacle, every little struggle is going to teach you something. And there were times when I gave my fabulous marketing presentation and sat down in front of a client and told them this is the greatest idea that they will ever come across, but I never stopped talking. And somehow I went from selling him to not selling him. And I'd walk out of there saying, how could that happen? What happened? What did I do wrong? I made all the right noises. I answered what they told me before, and I put it in front of them, and it's simple. All they had to do is, buy it. But the problem was I didn't continue to listen. I might have listened at the first meeting, but then as I started going along, I'm like, oh, I know what they need. I know what they want. Gail and I were just talking a few minutes ago. We were working on this iShop Crystal Lake campaign. We created this wonderful little sign-up sheet. People weren't signing up. It was too complicated. But I thought it was right. So I kept saying, well, they'll understand it, or we just have to explain it a little more. You just have to show it to them a little differently. And finally somebody said, Sue, it's not working. And I had to listen to that and realize that it wasn't working, and we refashioned it, and it is working great now. And it is really a really important message for me to teach you when I'm talking to you about making noise, is also listen. And allow that peace and quiet on your side, because it's amazing what I'm going to learn when Tim opens his mouth and starts telling me something, and I'm going to say, like, wow, that's a good idea. Oh, I could use that, or I can help you. And if I don't sit back and listen for a few minutes, I'm going to miss that opportunity. But because I have the floor, I get to keep talking today. So, so again, listen to one another. Thank you for introducing yourselves. And think about how you might be able to help the other people in this room with your experiences, your talents, your business. Or again, we all have other sides to ourselves. I had a wonderful listen to the conversation about cooking here. And you never know these opportunities that are presented to us. And each day, how if you don't avail yourself of the opportunities, you're going to miss some great relationship chance. And sometimes that talking about what you're cooking and how you're cooking or what's going on in your life can lead me to understand a little better about who you are, how you do business, and maybe might open up the door to have me say, Noelle, let's have lunch and tell me more. And there's that great opportunity that I didn't think was going to happen or never occurred to me to expect. So let's talk about making noise. We're going to talk in this workshop about a handful of things. The first thing is the introductions, which we've all done. Congratulations. You already finished part one. The next thing we're going to talk about is marketing communications and making noise, and some of the elements of marketing communications and strategy and planning. Because just like everything in life, if you don't have a plan, how do you know when you get there? If you get in the car and start driving, if you don't know where you're going, when do you stop? You got to have a marketing plan. It's part of your business plan. Your business plan usually says we want to make X number of dollars. We want to be able to do this, this, and this for our employees. We want to be able to do this in our community or in our industry. Okay. How does your marketing plan fit as a subset of your business plan? How does it reflect your products and services? How does it reflect your people? Do your people understand your marketing plan? Best stories I have are companies that forgot to tell their employees about special programs and events we put on for them. And their employees would get a phone call from somebody and say, oh, no, I don't think that's here. And their boss would say, what is it? Oh, they said there's something tonight. Yeah, we're doing it. I forgot to tell you. I mean, this is dangerous. Communications throughout the entire organization. Everybody should be on board. everything should connect. Communications, communications, communications. Make that noise and make it make sense. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about what is your marketing strategy and planning, because again, you've figured out what your business direction is. You know what you're selling. Who are you selling it to? Who is your target audience? Really sit down. Again, brand new businesses or been around a while, it never hurts to sit down and start to catalog who is your target audience. What do they look like? How old are they? Again, broad, narrow, however concise you can be. Sometimes it is very, very broad. Adults that live in Crystal Lake. Sometimes it's very specific. People who have a family member who has autism that are within the boundaries of McHenry County. Who is your target audience? What do they do? Do they work all day or are they home? Are they involved in the community, or are they, you two gentlemen were talking about sometimes making decisions in a vacuum. Sometimes your audience doesn't have the luxury of doing a lot of shopping and browsing and investigating. They're doing a lot of their research online because they can't get out, or for whatever reason they prefer it. How do we communicate to them if that's your target audience? How do you communicate to them? Then again, you've got that person driving up and down the road, reading the billboards and seeing what's going on in the community, looking for your specific store or location and saying, wow, it's right here on Northwest Highway, I can find you, no problem, easy to get to, and lots of parking. So think about that person. What's their education level? Diverse. It's very diverse depending on what you're selling. If it's banking services or if it's running shoes, who is this person? How do they make decisions? Again, how do you attract their attention? If your special niche, which you said very, very well, is fit, how many ways can you get that out to the public so that when they're saying, I bought these shoes and they look really good, but they hurt my feet and I don't even want to take a walk to the car in them, what should I do? I should be over there at the running depot getting fitted for some decent shoes. So think about your audience. Really, really put a personality on them. How old, how education, what do they like to do, what are their pastimes, and get a better idea of what's going on in the marketplace, because it has changed a lot,